Ravens. We're going to continue with our Hide and Seeker Read Aloud, written by Daka Hermon. We're on page 22. Got it. Shay blinks rapidly, and for a moment her eyes are the color of midnight. Then they shift back to their normal green. I step back. An eerie sensation weaves its way through me. What's wrong? Nia says. Nothing. Just the sunlight. I'm seeing things. Let's do this, losers. Carla shoulder checks me as she strolls by. My mom used to say I shouldn't hate nouns, a person, a place, or a thing. Carla is a person. Does that mean I can't hate her? Because most days, I do. I give everyone a moment to strategize as I walk over to the lonely oak tree standing between the sagging back porch and the snack tables. Its limbs droop from heat exhaustion. I slide my hat around so the brim is facing back, close my eyes, and rest my head on folded arms. The rough bark makes small imprints in my skin. A bee buzzes around my head, and the sound matches the odd static that fills my ears. I mentally shake myself and focus on the game. I went up the hill. The hill was muddy, stomped my toe and made it bloody. Should I wash it? I yell. Yes, the players shout from a different location as they search for hiding places. The hot wind pants through the trees and dead leaves shower down upon me. I went up the hill. The hill was muddy, stomped my toe and made it bloody. Should I wash it? Yes. I recognize Carla's and Lyric's voices. They're still looking for a hiding spot. I went up the hill. The hill was muddy, stomped my toe and made it bloody. Should I wash it? The backyard is eerily silent. It's holding its breath. No responses. They're ready. I lift my head and slowly turn around. Brown, brittle grass and wild weeds peekaboo out of the thirsty ground. Candy and ice cream wrappers chase each other like tumbleweeds. The hunt begins. I creep away from home base, my eyes skating across the backyard. Movement near the porch catches my attention. Carla. Somehow she's managed to squeeze herself into the small crawl space. A twig snaps under my foot as I prowl closer to tag her. The tablecloth flutters around the snack table. Nia rolls from underneath and races toward home base. I bolt forward and then skid to a halt. No chance. She smacks the tree and performs a few cheerleader high kicks. Safe, I'm first. So cool, I rule. With an eye roll, I walk toward Carla, wedged in so tight she'll be an easy out for sure. Shay's hiding behind the house, she yells. Hey, no fair, Nia cries. You can't. I stumble back as Shay slinks from behind the side of the house. She watches me with an unblinking stare. Her lips curl back over her teeth in a creepy smile. Then my skin crawls. What, are you still playing? I ask. You have to touch the tree to be safe, remember? She doesn't respond and makes no move toward home base. Caw, caw. The crow bursts from the treetops, blasting leaves into the air. I jump. Shay, what? Suddenly, the shed door flies open, slamming against the wall. Quincy rushes out. His eyes widen when he spots me so close. He recovers and scrambles for the tree. Get him, Justin, Nia cries. Don't you touch my brother. Carla scoots from underneath the porch. On her stomach, she crawls to her feet, covered in dirt and cobwebs. I'll hurt you. With a growl, Lyric pops up from his hiding spot. You better not touch him, he says to Carla. My head whips back and forth. Shay, Carla, Quincy, Lyric. What is happening? It's chaos. Both of you are cheaters. Lyric races toward Quincy. Nia blocks Quincy's path with her arms extended so he can't get close to the tree. Lyric grabs his shirt and tugs him back. There's a struggle and they hit the ground, arms and legs tangled. With a loud growl, Carla charges toward me. My eyes widen. She lifts her fist, and my short life flashes before my eyes. There's no dramatic music to match the action. Instead, I hear the happy jingle of an ice cream truck in the distance. Suddenly, this skids to a stop. Her jaw drops. I spin around. Z stands on the back porch. His glasses are heavily taped at the corners and slightly tilted on his face. His arms, Nia says shakily. Lines of jagged, puffy scratches on both of Z's arms. The scars are shiny. A beam of sunlight hits them and they appear to glow. I gulp. Lyric jumps up and inhales a loud breath. What? He steps forward. We all fall back. Hi, Z, Shay waves. Miss me? No, you can't be here. How are you here? He shouts. My eyes shift back and forth between Shay and Z. What is going on? Z and Shay aren't real friends? But he'd never be this rude to her. He'd never kick her out of his party. I came to get what's mine. You wouldn't play but your friends did, said Shay. Now I get everything I wanted. Isn't it fun? Z shakes so hard, I swear I hear his bones rattle. His eyes dart around our group before zeroing in on me. What did you do? I didn't want this. You should have stayed away. My heart skips. Z, out of the darkness, no more light. Now it comes to steal your life. On this day, you've sealed your fate by playing what it loves to hate. Once you're tagged, then you'll know. The mark appears. It's your time to go, Z chants. Now you're in the final count. It's closer to the set amount. Whoa, Lyric says. Quincy shuffles back a few steps. What's wrong with him? He ain't right, says Carla. He came back wrong. Z's dazed eyes bob for apples. Up, down, up, down. Now the locks on his bedroom door make sense. Shay giggles, only it comes out like a growl. This is so much fun. Hey, I say, stop messing with him. I won't let you do this. Leave us alone. He leaps off the porch and dashes towards us. Someone screams. We scatter like cockroaches in the light. Chapter 3. Z staggers forward. You can't let it win. You have to stop it. I'm out of here. Carla races past Nia, spinning her around and into a bush. Wait for me, Quincy cries as he trips over his feet to catch up with his sister. They escape through the fenced door. Wide-eyed, Lyric backpedals as Z dashes in his direction. Whoa, hold up. What's going on? Arms flailing, Lyric crashes into a table, sending the snacks flying across the backyard. Shay is a pink blur. I used to run track, but I've never seen anyone move like that. She disappears around the side of the house. I'm too stunned to move, and that costs me. Z swerves in my direction and tackles me. My head hits the ground with such force. Black dots swim across my eyes, and my hat sails across the lawn. I groan as he flips me over like a pancake. His body is a mini iceberg on my chest. I'm chilled to the bone. Hi, Justin, he whispers. The words are so eerily soft, the breeze carries them away as soon as they leave his chapped lips. I stare into his haunted eyes. Hi, Z. His mouth twists upward in the saddest smile I've ever seen. He leans closer and the smell of mothballs and baby powder tickle my nose. Because of me, it came. It? What are you talking about? I strain away from him, pressing myself into the bumpy ground. Jagged rocks and sharp twigs dig into my back. His head jerks up and his eyes, wild eyes, travel around the backyard. His body is still tense. Watching, he whispers. I get goosebumps. Nia crawls closer. Z, what? He snaps out of his trance. From the dark side it came to see. I failed the test it gave to me. It never loses. The rules aren't fair, and now you have to live the scare. His bony fingers handcuff my wrists. One day soon you'll leave from here and fight against all you fear. His words tornado through me. I feel a panic attack crawling at my skull. I struggle to get free, but he won't budge. Get off me! Move! It's stronger now. It has more power. He grabs my shoulders and shakes me until the backyard and the sky are a messy splash of colors. You should have stayed away. I didn't want you to come. I tried to tell her. Why didn't she listen? I still lost. Now you're lost too. Suddenly Z is gone, and I can breathe again. I look over and see Lyric wrestling him to the ground. Z flops and thrashes around like a fish on dry land. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Z yells. Wide-eyed, I stare at him, trembling all over. He tackled me. Now he doesn't want to be touched? You okay? Nia helps me sit up. No. How can I be? Z attacked me. Justin, please. Promise you'll stop it. Z pleads, his voice suddenly normal, not as creepy. I flinch. Promises. I hate promises. They're stupid. Just future lies wrapped with a big bow of disappointment. Everybody knows that. I went up the hill. The hill was muddy. Stomped my toe and made it bloody. Should I wash it? Z robotically chants. He tries to pull free of Lyric. Stop it, man. I don't want to hurt you. Lyric sits on Z's legs and pins down his arms. Nia squeezes my hand. What happened to him? Why is he acting like this? The back door squeaks open and Mrs. Murphy steps outside. Okay, everybody, cake time, come on, and... She gasps when she spots us sprawled on the ground. The chocolate cake falls from her hands and goes splat on the porch. Zechariah, oh no! She stumbles down the steps, slips on the icing, and awkwardly lands near Z on the ground. She tugs him into her arms, rocking him like a baby. He flinches. Oh, sweetie, what happened? He totally flipped out. The words burst out of me like all alien-like. Mrs. Murphy cradles his dirty face in her trembling hands. Honey, are you okay? Mom? He moans and buries his head in her chest. I swallow hard and glance away. The moment hurts. The party was a mistake. It was too soon. I'm sorry. Mrs. Murphy crumbles. The faucet turns on and the trickle of tears become a river flooding down her face. He got so upset when I told him about the party. So angry. Her voice cracks. Did he make that mess in the living room? Break the glass? Scratch up the walls? Nia asks. Mrs. Murphy nods. I exhale a shaky breath. Z said he's lost. Does that mean he can't control himself? Maybe he should see my counselor. There has to be some way to help him. I just wanted things to go back to normal, Mrs. Murphy says. I was hoping if he spent time with his friends, he'd get better faster. That my Z would come back. She sniffs. Are you all okay? My cut lip stings. My arms ache from Z's grip. You can probably connect the dots with the bruises on my back, but I can't hurt Mrs. Murphy. I'm fine. It's all good, Lyric says, though he doesn't look so confident. No worries. Yeah, Nia smiles weakly. Things just got a little physical and I almost peed my pants. She whispers the last part. What happened to him, I ask. The scars? Mrs. Murphy's face scrunches as if she's in pain. I don't know. When they found him, Z lets out a loud moan and squirms out of his mom's embrace as if he's attempting to escape. I should take him inside. He should lie down, Mrs. Murphy says. Shh, baby, it's okay, I'm here. He calms enough for her to go get him on his feet. He sways a little and I reach out to steady him, but he jerks away. His tortured eyes lift until he meets my gaze. I'm sorry, he says. There's a lot of things he could be apologizing for, hurting his mom, breaking stuff, all the shouting and screaming, chasing his party guests, attacking me, but I have a feeling that isn't what he's talking about. Why are you sorry? I search his eyes, hoping to see my friend. Tears trail down his dirty cheeks. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Bye-bye, Justin. I flinch away from him. What does that mean? He's just confused, Mrs. Murphy says. Let's go lie down, Zechariah. 1, 2, 3, 4. It came and wants to settle the score. 5, 6, 7, 8. Darkness and terror are now your fate. 400 is the special number to release it from its world of slumber. Z shouts as his mom tugs him inside the house. The door slams shut. Lyric inhales loudly. What that? I'm cold. Now hot, cold again. I clench my clammy hands into my fists and I inhale several deep breaths. Why was he counting? Settle what score? Nia asks with wild eyes. Fate? World of what? Lyric pushes his hair off his wide forehead. I'm kind of freaked out right now. That was messed up. Man, what happened to him while he was gone? I get he's like traumatized and stuff, but the old Z would never have come at us like that. Lyric continues to ramble, but his voice is a buzz of nonsense. The muscles tighten in my chest, so it's hard to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. I reach for my puzzle piece. What if Z's stuck like this? I grab my hat off the ground and race out of the backyard. Hey, Lyric says, wait. I speed up, doing that awkward almost but not quite jogging thing, like I'm in a three-legged race. Wish I could move faster, but my body hurts too much. Justin, Nia says, slow down. 1, 2, 3, breathe. I can't get enough air. I leap off the curb and start across the street. What if our Z is gone forever? Watch out, Lyric says. Gone like my mom. A large white blur speeds towards me. Chapter 4. Lyric snags me around the waist and jerks me back onto the sidewalk. I fall into his body, and only a strong grip keeps me from eating the concrete. Brakes screech as tires blacken the pavement right where I'd been standing. The smell of burning rubber fills the air. Smoke billows out from the back of a Sweet Dreams ice cream truck. Whoa, that was close. First, Carla came to the party, and then Z attacked me, and now I'm almost roadkill. My mom used to say, any day above ground is a good day. Today is proving her wrong. Nia pushes Lyric away and grabs my arm, giving me a firm shake. Don't scare me like that. You could be dead, and I'd be so mad at you. Me too, says Lyric. Hyde Miller, the neighborhood ice cream guy, jumps out of the open driver's side door. His dad owns Sweet Dreams, but he just started to work there this summer. Hey. His mustardy brown eyes slowly slither over me from head to toe. I cringe. A puffy's scar zigzags from his right temple down to his chin. One hard tug might unzip his cheek. There are all kinds of stories about what happened. Raccoon attack, shaving gone bad, knife fight in an alley, car accident. It's an unsolved mystery, and there's no right way to ask for why someone's face is jacked up. Nia plants her hands on her hips. Did you just get your license? You almost killed Justin. Her right foot tap, tap, taps a beat on the sidewalk. She's scary when she's angry. Did you know the speed limit in a residential area is 15 miles per hour? There's a sign. Where? Hyde tugs on the sleeves of an untucked shirt. He's wearing all black. He even has a leather glove on his left hand. He's dressed for a funeral or convert mission, not to sell ice cream. You need to be more careful, says Nia. He shouldn't run into the street without looking both ways. I could tell his mom, Hyde shoots back. I wince. Lyric's eyes cut to me, and then he steps forward, glaring at Hyde. Dude, you need to check yourself. What's up with the tattling threat? It was an accident. Lyric crosses his arms. How about I tell your dad you're out here putting our lives in danger with your bad driving? Hyde's hands clench into fists at his sides. He glances down and mumbles to himself for a moment, and then he's slumped. Shoulders pop back and he clears his throat. When he looks at me again, his eyes are eerily black. Sorry about that. Are you okay, kid? Kid? He's not that much older than us. Maybe around 19 like my sister, Victoria, though he seems younger. I'm good. I wipe the sweat from my clammy forehead. I should have been looking where I was going. Nia's narrowed eyes run over me. I exhale a slow breath to calm my racing heart. You okay? She whispers. I nod, jerkily. The slight movement causes me to sway. Nia loops her arm through mine to steady me. Must breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Hyde points a gloved finger towards Z's house. Y'all coming from there? If you were paying attention, you'd know where we were coming from, Nia says. She's still not over it. Hyde rolls his eyes. I didn't get to meet Z when I dropped off the cart. He's been in the news. I was hoping... What? Nia's eyes narrow. She looks Hyde up and down. A muscle ticks in his jaw. His eyes are locked on Z's house. Look, it was cool of you to deliver that ice cream, but Z doesn't need any more drama, Lyric says. He's been through a lot already, and stop being so nosy, Nia says while glaring at Hyde. He holds up his hands. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I heard some stuff and forget it. I wasn't going to bother him. My head is spinning. I tug my arm away from Nia and ease down onto the curb. I glance across the street. 2 dogs and a cat stand side by side, staring in our direction. They're so still, it's like they're not even real. They slowly back away. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up. What the? Nia peeks over her shoulder to check on me. I smile weakly. It's cool. She tries to look out for me, but there's no hiding. This is not my best moment. I glance back toward the weird animals, and they're gone. So is the party officially over? I'm not supposed to pick up my ice cream until 6, but I can grab it now, says Hyde. Z wasn't feeling too good, so we rolled out a little early, says Lyric. We had to stop mid-game. You want to wait and come back tomorrow to pick up your stuff? Hyde's head jerks around so fast I hear his neck crack. Game? You played a game? He asks, his voice going from fake deep to high-pitched. Well, Lyric rocks back on his heels. We tried to play hide and seek, but Hyde gasps. His face is a flip book of emotions, changing so rapidly it's hard to keep track. Excitement, fear, sadness, concern, all with that writhing scar. It's alarming. The sky rumbles and a loud clap of thunder makes me jump. Dude, you okay? Lyric takes a slow step away from Hyde. Hyde shifts from foot to foot. His long, untied shoestrings dance across the ground. He stops as if he can't find the right words. Dark clouds crawl across the sky. A sudden cool breeze chills my hot body. I gotta go. His haunted gaze travels from Lyric, Nia, and then to me. He spins on his heels and jumps inside the ice cream truck. It takes a couple of attempts before he gets it running. The truck jerks forward, glides away as creepy jingle crackles to life. High-pitched kid voices cheerfully sing, "Eat ice cream and play, eat ice cream and play. Ice scream, you scream, eat ice cream and play." Then the kids scream and the song repeats. That's new music. I definitely would have remembered something that disturbing, says Nia. What just happened? Lyric's dark freckles are the only color on his pale face. Today went from weird to weirder, says Nia. I stand on wobbly legs. Time for me to roll out. I'll catch y'all later. I need space. Not outdoor space, but the space of my small, safe room. I never should have left the house anyway, but I couldn't let Mrs. Murphy and Z down. And look how that turned out. Wait, we need to talk to Z, says Nia. No, we don't. My head hurts just thinking about him. Yeah, what about all that stuff he said? Lyric asks. It sounded important. He was really scared and it was almost like he was trying to warn us. He's... What is he, sick, confused, traumatized, all three? It was probably nothing. Mrs. Murphy said he hasn't been sleeping good and... Lyric groans. Oh, dude, don't turn around. Of course, I have to look. A white van with Tennessee Water and Electric branding on the side is parked in front of my house. A woman with a clipboard stands on my front porch. I watch as she knocks repeatedly on the door. When no one answers, she peeks inside a window. "Bill collector," says Lyric. My eyes widen. How do you know? I recognize the signs, he said. They're always rolling up to my house, different companies, but there's always a white van and someone with a clipboard. I recognize that lady, too. She stopped by my place a few times. That's not right, says Nia. He shrugs. People want their money. I hate when they just pop up, though. It's so much easier to dodge phone calls. Late afternoon and early evening are prime bill collection time. They expect people to be home, and it's Friday. She's trying to handle her business before the weekend. I massage the back of my stiff neck. Lyric and Nia know things have been hard since my mom died, but I haven't shared all the bad financial stuff. I glance around to see if any neighbors are outside watching. Everyone will know our problems. Lyric crosses his arms. How do you want us to play? I'll back you up. There are options? Asked Nia. Oh, yeah. We could hit her van with some water balloons. I have my slingshot. It works for me. It's fine, I said quickly. I'll handle it. Might as well deal with it now. She's only going to come back another time, and I'm tired. I want to go home. I've had enough of running and hiding today. I make a mental note to tell my counselor about this decision. She'll be happy I'm choosing to confront rather than avoid. This has to be progress. Lyric and Nia exchange a glance, and then she nudges me with her shoulder. So, call me later if you want to talk or something? I nod. I won't call. She starts to say something, then stops herself. Nia knows when to back off. It's one of the things I like best about her. She turns to Lyric. We're having spaghetti for dinner. There's plenty if you want to come over, unless you have to get home. Nah, Lyric rocks back and forth on his heels. My mom's kind of busy doing stuff tonight. I could work with noodles and sauce. Lyric's mom works late, when she works at all. Since his folks aren't around, Nia and her parents make sure he has a place to eat and hang out. I just have to be home before dark, he says. Did you know there are more than 600 shapes of pasta? Nia asks. Lyric turns to me, his eyebrows arched, and I shrug. He's on his own now. I didn't know that, he said as they walk away. You're not going to list them all, are you? She tugs him down the street. He peeks over his shoulder. Hey, we're still on for the mall tomorrow, right? I totally forgot about that. All I want to do is hide out in my house. But a while ago, Lyric asked me to go check out instruments with him. Yeah, sure. And cool. And we can talk more about Z, he yells back as they cut across an overgrown lawn and disappear around the tall oak trees lining the streets. The sky spits out raindrops, but I stay on the cracked sidewalk. until my shirt becomes so damp it clings on my body. With one last look at Z's hauntingly still house, I force myself to move. As I walk down the sidewalk, a police car drives by again. They should have been patrolling when Z went missing. I glare, but not openly, because that would be dumb. I stop next to my tilted mailbox. If there was a contest for the most neglected house in the block, mine would win. The color is a dingy white, and the black shutters hang off the window. Since Mom died, my sister Victoria and I have kind of let things go. Mom wouldn't like it, but it's not really home anymore, not without her. The utilities woman turns and freezes when she sees me in the driveway. Exhaling a deep breath, I walk toward her. She flicks her long blonde braid over her shoulder as she marches down the steps. Her face is red from the heat, and the color matches the shirt tucked inside her dark jeans. Her clothing is casual, but her expression is all business. She holds up the clipboard, and there is a large sweat stain under her arm. "You live here?" she asks. "Yeah." "Are your parents around?" My jaw tightens. I don't have any parents. My dad left a long time ago. He has a new wife and new kids, a new life, and my mom is dead. The woman's eyes narrow. "So you are living here by yourself? There's no adult?" "My older sister," I say quickly. The last thing I need is for her to file a report with some child agency saying I'm an unsupervised minor. She's either at school or work. She'll be home later. "Well," she studies the paper on her clipboard, "I need to speak to an adult about some billing concerns." I swallow hard and remain silent. I'm clearly not an adult, so I don't know what to tell her. Maybe she'll just leave so Victoria and I can come up with a plan to deal with this. The woman sighs. "Look, I'm not supposed to do this since you're unsupervised, but it's Friday and I want to go home and I have to turn in my weekly report." She tugs some papers off her clipboard. "This is your bill." She hands them to me. I stare at the document and my eyes widen. $1,854? I whisper. "We're that far behind?" Once Mom's savings ran out, we fell behind on our bills. We still haven't recovered. The woman shifts from one foot to foot. She glances as a laminated card taped to her clipboard. "At Tennessee Water and Electric, we understand that sometimes customers fall behind on their bills due to unexpected or inconvenient circumstances." My hand clenches, crumbling the paper. I wonder what category my mom's death would fall under. Unexpected or inconvenient? "We want to work with you to keep your energy costs down and help you manage your bill. Ending your service is always the last resort, as this would make it difficult to later reinstate your account," she reads. "No electricity, no water. We can't live here if they turn everything off. What would we do? Where would we go?" I blink hard. The woman is blurry. Inhale, exhale, chest burns. "Are you okay?" she asks. I stagger past her and onto my porch. My trembling fingers fumble to the door, lock, and after several tries, I'm able to get inside. My breath is loud in my ears. I slam the door closed. The world tilts back and forth as I stumble down the hall and into my room. I bump my nightstand and a puzzle box falls to the floor, scattering pieces all around me. Gasping, I fall forward onto my bed, and a defeated cry erupts out of me. Everything is so messed up. I ball up the bill and hurl it across the room. $1,854. I punch my pillow. Carla's face swims through my vision. My fist pounds to the pillow again. Z's chant rings in my ears. He's supposed to be my friend, but he's different now. Scary. The real Z might never come back. Punch, punch, punch. Sweat trickles down my face. If my mom were here, she'd know what to do. She'd make everything better, but she's gone. Everybody leaves. Nothing stays the same. Nothing fits anymore. I wish I could disappear. I rub my chest and gaze at the picture, next to the baseball trophies on my dresser. My mom's smiling and healthy face stares back at me. What would she think if she saw me like this? She wanted me to be strong, but I'm not. "I'm sorry, Mom." My voice cracks. Time ticks away as I finally regain control. So much for my month-long record of no major panic attacks. With a weary sigh, I climb off of the bed, one by one, place the puzzle pieces back inside the box. Landscapes and space scenes were my favorite, but my mom loved the wildlife and food designs. Every night, even when she was sick, we'd work on a different puzzle. We completed all of them except... I tug the piece from my pocket and stare at it. It's blue and orange. a tiny portion of the sun setting behind a mountain. I press it to my heart. Mom, 397 days. Eventually, exhaustion swallows me up. I crawl back into my bed, determined to forget today. As I drift into a restless sleep, Z's creepy words overtake me, almost as if he's whispering in my ear. In some deep corner of my mind, I realize this isn't Z's voice. Now it's my time to seek and play. New rules you'll have to learn and obey. Get ready for mischief to begin, one by one, until I win. Tonight begins the game of sorrow. The fears begin when you wake tomorrow.